Mark and Kristin Porter. We've been married for 33 years. We have 3 children, Noah, Abby, Lucy. We have 2 grandchildren, Livy and Carter Roper. Church, we grew up together.
Yeah, so we had known each other since early Sunday school days and junior high and high school.
I was older than her, but she's caught up with me.
I have caught up with him, which has been my goal. Well, I sang in the choir forever, and the youth sat in the back of the church, so you could watch all the youth come in or strut in, and you could see them with a different girl every week or month or whatever. So he was Mr. Hotshot, and I was not ever going to approach.
I think it was like when Jesus healed the blind man and rubbed the mud off my eyes, and she was standing in the choir. And I said, "Thank you, Lord, I see the light." And it was all over from then. And we dated forever.
5 years.
All through her college.
Yep.
Until senior year. We got married her senior year.
Well, he said I love you first, but that's because I was bound and determined, even though I already felt that I wasn't going to be the first one. We had both dated someone a very long time, for a couple of years, and so that's hard, even as a Christian young person, because when you're in middle school, and I would tell my girls and even Noah this, you're in love with everybody, and they're the one, but they're not the one. And so when you find the one, you still have to pray hard, is this the one? Even though you feel it, there's more to it. There's the spiritual side. Is this the right person? And I knew on the marriage side, I think before he did, he wouldn't admit it. He just kept saying, when the time is right. When the time is right. But I knew his background. His mother was our youth leader, and we had grown up in church together, so that part I wasn't afraid of. I was afraid of him, but...
Well, I think she was still in high school. I was out of high school, we was dating. And I think during those college years, our relationship grew stronger. And I knew at that point that we had some growing to do, but that was the one to work for.
Well, we were back in the day where you didn't date every day, like now. And so when I was at Clemson, if I came home, which I usually did because I wanted to be with him, we would do Friday, Saturday, and then he would take me back to Clemson on Sunday nights.
A Billy Graham movie called Caught at the old Easley Cinema at the Easley Mall, which is now Lowe's.
But he didn't ask me out.
She called the house and my brother answered, and she wanted to ask him if I was going to be there.
Is Mark going to be there tonight at the movies, with the youth and the people?
And I think I told him to tell her I'd meet her inside.
Because I didn't pay for my own ticket.
That sounds like a Mark move.
Pretty much. I mean, my parents sat in the car with me, so they saw Mr. Stud Muffin coming in and out with lots of...
I will have to say, though, after having girls, we pretty much knew the response of her parents if I asked her to get married during her college. So I didn't ask for her hand in marriage. I asked her, and we went and told. And their biggest thing was, you've got to finish college. So we got married. She finished her senior year in college.
He proposed in October, and we got married that December.
And I don't know that she said yes when I proposed. She actually just pulled her date book out and said, we can do this by Christmas. So I had cooked dinner.
Spaghetti.
Yep. And had the ring.
He had his own place. And we'd been working all day, like a Saturday work day, cleaning and scrubbing and lining cabinets with cabinet liner and getting it fixed up. for him, and
Very romantic.
he was a charmer. He was charming, and he can make you feel confident and beautiful, and still does. But he was funny and fun and adventuresome, which I wasn't allowed to be in my house, so that was attractive. And he brought that into our marriage, but he also was a father, has been a father like that. Fun and just wows them, and I see it with the grandkids too. So, you see that and involved in church and service and a lot of the ministries that we were in as young adults. You just know they're grounded. They're grounded, and that's important. There's a foundation there.
Well, I think we were actually opposites attract because she was not allowed to have an adventurous life. So everything was new, as we did. We went skiing and water rafting and things like that. And it was, just wonderful to see her adventurous side coming out. We've just been experiencing new things for 30 plus years.
33.
Oh, we're giving it to our children. We go to bed together. Don't sleep separately. Have conversations.
Have joint bank accounts.
Yes.
I think
yes.
that's important.
Financial things are vitally important.
Because it involves honesty and accountability, and for those lean years, which we had a lot of, it's something you go through together, and you're not trying to fight each other or hide from each other. You're doing it together. So we think that's important.
Yeah.
And going to church together.
Absolutely.
Should have been the first thing.
Should have been the first thing.
Well, we've
Praying
just done that
together.
our whole life, so it's hard to,
Yeah.
But yes, praying. And we've had several things, over the course of our marriage that you pray for, but then there's those things that you are nitty gritty, crying together, holding hands together. And you can't be afraid to do that. You can't be afraid to show that vulnerable side to your mate. And if you are, that's something you need to work on before you get married. Not just the charming wink part.
I think you go through stages. You mature, and as you mature, you need to, show that. And you got to mature in your Christian life as well as your marriage life and work life. And I think those things are vitally important.